So, I hope you understood the concept of trustworthiness, the concept of rationality, the concept of self actualization tendency. These are all thinking of Roger. Psychologically proved or not proved, that is a second step. But Roger conceptualized that people by nature are rational, they think rationally and logically. He considered that people by nature they are trustworthy. The untrust comes rarely in their mind. Roger also considered that people want to reach to a level of self-actualization. It is a natural human tendency to reach to a level of self-actualization. And based on these concepts, he has developed his person-centered therapy. Now, self-concept. Self-concept explained in many ways. How Roger has explained us the self-concept that we'll see here. Self-concept is, in simple language I can tell you, it is your own perception of yourself, how you perceive yourself, and it is others' perception of yourself, how you feel that others are perceiving you. That is called as self-concept. Now, Roger says when child is born, he has no self-concept. He has no self at all. The self is acquired slowly, gradually as the life progresses. And how the self is developed? As the individual grow and develop and goes through life experiences, the ability to discriminate between self and others emerge out. That is what Rogers assume. So self is developed after birth. This is the basic assumption. Now Roger is talking about the ideal self. He has discussed about the difference between ideal self, real self, and perceived self. The perceived self is a thinking of a person what he is at this point of time. That is perceived self. The real self means how far he is from the reality when he is perceiving himself as what he is. In case of student, I can tell you with example. Some student normally show that they understand better, they are more intelligent, their social skills, their self-management skills are higher. In fact, it is poor, but they consider themselves as skillful, intelligent and talented person. So their perception about themselves is a perceived self, and what they are actually, whether they are having an average intelligence or an intelligence above average or poor intelligence, or there's what is their level of skills, social skills, self-management skills. When actually it is measured, it is observed that they exaggerate their skills. So this difference between real skill which they have and perceive what skill they have, that difference is as the difference increases, the person can become mentally difficult to handle. Some kind of mental problem can occur in the mind of the person. And that's why Roger said real self and ideal self is naturally goes can be congruent. Congruent means that is a tendency of both the self to come closer, to bridge the gap between. So he said the perception can change over time and it can come closer to the real self, reality. Perception can slowly changes, or the changes can be brought into perception of a person, so the reality can be made aware to the person. That is what he means. When I am testing some student with EQ test, emotional intelligence quotient. For emotional intelligence quotient, there are 4 dimensions in EQ test. One is self-awareness and second is social awareness. The basic principle is that unless the person is aware about himself, his social awareness cannot increase. So it is assumed that the level of social awareness will be always lower than self-awareness. But in many of the cases, I have observed that social awareness level is high and self-awareness level is low. Means the student is perceiving that his self-awareness, his social awareness is better than what it is, what exactly it is. In reality, it is low. He perceived it is high, and the gap is a troublesome portion to the student. Similarly, they also perceived that their self-management skills are high. In fact, it is low. So this is I have commonly observed in student. Not only in student, some parent also perceives that their wards or their son or daughter are intelligent. In fact, they are not intelligent. And on other hand, if some students are poor in intelligence, having lower level of intelligence, father, mother, parent does not easily accept that their student, their wards or their son or daughter is not intelligent. They easily will not accept it.